Hello everyone, I'm Noah.
And I'm Grace.
Today we're talking about something that sounds simple, but it affects your whole life: self-control.
Yeah. And honestly, everyone thinks they have it until they really need it.
Exactly. Self-control is not just about big decisions, it's about small daily moments.
Like not checking your phone every 5 minutes?
Yes, exactly that. Or not eating something you already decided to avoid. Or not wasting time when you plan to study.
That's so real. I feel attacked a little bit.
Good. That means it's relevant. Because self-control is not a theory topic. It's everyday life.
And I think a lot of learners struggle with this, not just in life, but even in learning English.
That's a great point. Because self-control and learning habits are connected. If you can control small actions, you can improve faster in English too.
Like staying consistent with English listening practice every day?
Exactly. Or doing English speaking practice even when you don't feel like it.
That's the hardest part. When motivation disappears.
And that's the key idea today. Self-control is not about motivation, it's about behavior.
So, even when I don't feel motivated, I still need to act?
Yes, motivation comes and goes. But self-control is what keeps you moving even when motivation is gone.
That sounds powerful, but also a bit difficult.
It is difficult at first, but let's make it simple. Think about one small situation.
Okay.
You decide, I will study English for 20 minutes today. But then your phone gets notifications, social media opens, and suddenly 20 minutes becomes nothing.
That happens to me all the time. I plan something, then I lose focus.
And that's not a knowledge problem. That's a self-control moment.
So, it's not about English level, it's about control of attention?
Exactly. Attention is the real currency of modern life.
That's interesting, because I always think I just need more time, but maybe I need better focus.
Yes, time is not the main issue. Focus is.
So, how do people actually build self-control in real life?
That's what we're going to explore in this episode. Not in a complicated way, but in real, simple, daily situations.
I like that. Something practical, not theoretical.
Because self-control is not built in one big moment. It's built in small decisions every day.
Like choosing to study instead of scrolling?
Exactly. Or choosing to pause before reacting emotionally. Or choosing to finish something instead of stopping halfway.
That actually sounds like it affects everything in life, not just habits.
It does. Self-control affects learning, relationships, work, health, everything.
So, this is more than just a motivation topic.
Yes, this is a life skill. And today, we'll break it into real conversations and situations so it feels practical, not abstract.
I'm curious how this will sound in real conversation style.
We'll keep it very natural, like a real podcast you can listen to and reflect on your own habits.
Sounds good. I think a lot of people need this right now.
Exactly. Because everyone wants better habits, but not everyone understands how self-control actually works in daily life.
So, where do we start?
We start with real situations where people lose self-control without even noticing it.
That already sounds very relatable. Too relatable, actually.
Good, because once you can recognize it, you can start changing it.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go deeper into it.
So now let's look at real situations where self-control quietly disappears without you even noticing it.
Yeah, I feel like this happens more than I realize.
Exactly. Let's start with a very common one. You plan to study English for 30 minutes. You sit down, you feel ready, and then you open your phone for just a minute.
And then suddenly, it becomes 30 minutes of scrolling.
Yes. And at that moment, you didn't make a big decision. It was a small moment of weakness.
So, self-control is really about small moments?
Exactly. Not big dramatic choices. Small, repeated decisions.
That's interesting. Because I always think I need more discipline, but maybe I just need better control in small moments.
Yes. Another situation. You tell yourself, I will sleep early today.
And then, one more video, and suddenly it's midnight.
Exactly. And you didn't plan to lose control. It just slowly happened.
That's the scary part. It doesn't feel like a decision.
Right. Self-control often fails silently, not loudly.
What about food? I think that's another big one.
Yes, you decide, I will eat healthy today. Then you see something tasty, and your brain says, just a little bit.
And that little bit changes everything.
Exactly. It's not about food, it's about impulse.
So, self-control is really about controlling impulses?
Yes, but not suppressing them completely, more like managing them.
I see.
Now let's connect this to learning English.
Okay, I'm curious about that.
You decide, I will do English listening practice today. But then you say, I'm too tired, I'll do it tomorrow.
And tomorrow becomes the same story.
Exactly. That's not a lack of ability. That's a self-control loop.
So it's a pattern, not a single mistake?
Yes. And the more it repeats, the more normal it becomes.
That sounds dangerous, actually.
It is, but the good news is, it works both ways. Good habits also become automatic.
So self-control is like building direction in your life?
Exactly. One small decision at a time.
I feel like I'm starting to see my daily habits differently now.
Good, because awareness is the first step. You cannot change what you don't notice.
That makes sense.
Now, in the next part, we're going to break down how to actually improve self-control in a realistic way without forcing yourself too much.
That sounds like what I really need.
Now let's talk about how to actually improve self-control in real life without forcing yourself too hard.
Yeah, because every time I try to be strict, I end up giving up later.
Exactly. That's very common. Self-control is not about being harsh with yourself. It's about building systems that make good choices easier.
Systems, not willpower?
Yes, willpower is limited. Systems make things automatic.
That sounds more realistic.
Let's take a simple example. If you want to study English every day, don't rely on motivation. Create a fixed time.
Like same time every day?
Exactly. For example, 8 p.m. No thinking, no deciding again.
So I remove the choice?
Yes. Fewer choices means less mental resistance.
That actually makes sense. I waste a lot of time just deciding when to start.
Another simple trick: reduce friction.
What does that mean?
Make the good habit easy. For example, open your English podcast or lesson before you feel lazy.
So I prepare it in advance?
Yes. If something is easy to start, you are more likely to do it.
And what about bad habits?
Good question. Increase friction. Make them harder.
Like what?
If you waste time on social media, log out or remove it from your home screen.
Oh, so I make it less convenient.
Exactly. Self-control is often about environment, not strength.
That's very different from what I expected.
Most people think self-control is just saying no. But actually, it's designing your environment so you don't need to say no so often.
That feels much easier than fighting yourself all the time.
Yes, fighting yourself every day is exhausting. Smart systems reduce that fight.
I like that idea.
Another important point: start small.
How small?
Very small, like 5 minutes of English listening practice.
That feels too easy.
That's the point. Easy tasks are harder to avoid
Interesting.
because your brain doesn't feel threatened. It's not too big, so it accepts it.
So small actions build consistency?
Exactly. Consistency builds self-control, not intensity.
That changes how I think about habits.
Good, because self-control is not a personality trait. It's a skill you build step by step.
So I don't need to be disciplined. I just need better systems.
Yes, and that is much more sustainable in real life.
I feel like this is actually doable now.
Good, because in the next part, we'll talk about mindset and emotional control, which is another big part of self-control in daily life. Now let's go a bit deeper. Self-control is not only about habits and systems, it's also about emotions.
Yeah, because most of the time I don't fail because I don't know what to do. I fail because of how I feel in that moment.
Exactly. That feeling is the real trigger. Not logic, not planning. Emotion.
So when I feel tired or stressed, I make worse decisions?
Yes. When emotions are strong, self-control becomes weaker. That's normal human behavior.
That actually explains a lot.
Let's take a simple example. You plan to study English, but you feel tired. Your brain says, just rest today.
And then I rest and feel guilty later.
Exactly. That cycle is very common.
So, how do I handle that moment?
First step is awareness. Just notice. I am not lazy. I am just tired.
That sounds small, but important.
Yes, because when you label it correctly, you stop attacking yourself.
So I shouldn't say I have no discipline?
Right. That kind of thinking makes it worse. It creates negative identity.
Negative identity, what do you mean?
If you keep saying, I'm lazy, your brain starts believing it.
That's scary, actually.
It is. So instead, we separate emotion from identity.
Like, I feel lazy instead of, I am lazy?
Exactly. That one small change is powerful.
I never thought language like that could matter.
It does, because your internal language shapes your behavior.
Interesting.
Now let's talk about temptation.
Okay.
Temptation is not something you eliminate, it's something you manage.
So I can't completely remove it?
Not really, but you can reduce its power.
How?
Delay it.
Delay it?
Yes. Instead of I will never watch this, say, I will watch it later.
So I don't fight it? I postpone it?
Exactly. Most impulses disappear after a short delay.
That actually sounds practical.
Another idea, create space between emotion and action.
How do I do that?
Pause for 10 seconds before you decide. Just breathe and think.
That sounds simple, but useful.
Because in that small pause, logic comes back online.
So I can reset my brain a little?
Yes, even a short pause changes decisions.
I can see how this helps in real-life situations.
Good. And remember, self-control is not about never losing. It's about recovering quickly.
That's a relief, actually.
Because everyone loses control sometimes. The difference is how fast you get back.
So it's more about recovery than perfection?
Exactly. And that mindset makes everything more sustainable.
I feel like I understand myself better now.
Good, because in the next part, we'll connect all of this to real daily behavior and how to apply it step by step in your life. Now let's make everything practical. Self-control only becomes real when you use it in daily life, not just understand it.
Yeah, I need something I can actually apply, not just theory.
Good. Let's take a normal day. You wake up, and the first decision appears immediately. Phone or no phone.
That's already a battle in the morning.
Exactly. So instead of fighting yourself, You create a simple rule: no phone for the first 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes?
Yes, small rules are easier to follow, and small wins build confidence.
That sounds manageable.
Next situation: you want to study English, but you feel lazy.
That happens a lot.
Instead of saying, "I must study 1 hour," you say, "I will start for 5 minutes."
Only 5 minutes?
Yes, because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, you often continue.
That's true, actually.
This is how self-control works in real life. Not force, but entry points.
Entry points. I like that idea.
Now let's talk about distractions. You open social media just for a break.
And then the break becomes 30 minutes.
Exactly. So you set a boundary. I will scroll for 10 minutes only.
So I don't remove it. I limit it?
Yes. Control, not elimination.
That feels more realistic.
Another situation. You are studying English listening practice, but you get bored.
That happens quickly.
Instead of stopping, you reduce difficulty. Maybe you switch to easier content, not quit.
So I adjust instead of giving up?
Exactly. Self-control is also flexibility.
That's a new way of thinking about it.
Now let's connect this to real emotions. You feel stressed after a long day.
Yeah, then I usually just do nothing.
Instead of "I must do everything," you say, "I will do one small thing."
Like one short lesson?
Yes, even 5 minutes of English speaking practice counts.
That feels much less pressure.
Good, because pressure destroys consistency. Small actions build it.
I can see that clearly now.
And here's an important point. You don't need perfect days. You need repeatable days.
Repeatable days?
Yes. A system you can repeat even when you are tired.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because self-control is not about being perfect once. It's about being stable over time.
So consistency beats intensity?
Exactly. Every time.
I feel like this changes how I think about discipline.
Good. Because in the next part, we'll focus on confidence and mindset so you can actually stay consistent without feeling stressed. Now let's talk about mindset, because even with good systems, people still struggle mentally with self-control.
Yeah, sometimes I do everything right for a few days, then I suddenly fall back again.
That's completely normal. It's called a relapse, and it happens to everyone.
So it's not just me?
Not at all. Self-control is not a straight line. It's more like waves.
That actually makes me feel better.
The problem is not the relapse. The problem is how you react to it.
What do you mean?
Many people fail once and then say, "I have no discipline. I can't do it."
Yeah, I've said that before.
And that's the dangerous part. One mistake becomes a story about your identity.
So I turn a small mistake into a big problem in my mind?
Exactly. But in reality, it's just one moment, not your personality.
That's a big difference.
So the correct mindset is, "I slipped, but I'm still building."
That sounds much more positive.
Yes, because self-control is not about never failing. It's about continuing after failure.
So recovery matters more than perfection?
Exactly. Recovery is the real skill.
I never thought about it that way.
Now let's talk about emotional pressure. When you try to be too strict, you burn out.
That's true. I start strong, then I get tired and stop completely.
That happens when you use force instead of balance.
So I shouldn't be too strict with myself?
Right. Discipline without flexibility breaks easily.
That makes sense.
Another important idea: speak to yourself like a coach, not like a critic.
What does that mean exactly?
A critic says, "You failed again." A coach says, "Okay, what can we adjust?"
That's a very different tone.
Yes, One destroys motivation, the other builds it.
I think I'm usually too harsh with myself.
Most people are. But self-control improves faster when you are supportive, not aggressive.
That's interesting.
Now let's connect this to learning English. If you miss one day of English listening practice, it doesn't matter.
So I shouldn't quit because of one missed day?
Exactly. One missed day is normal. 2 missed weeks is a pattern.
That helps me see the difference clearly.
Good. Because mindset decides whether you restart or give up.
So the key is always coming back?
Yes. Always coming back. That's real discipline.
I feel like this makes self-control less scary.
Good. Because in the final part, we'll bring everything together into a simple, repeatable way of living with self-control every day. Now, let's bring everything together into a simple way you can actually use self-control in your daily life.
Yeah, I feel like I understand the idea, but I want something really simple I can follow.
Good. Let's make it simple. Self-control is basically 3 things. Start small, stay consistent, and recover quickly.
That sounds easy to remember.
Exactly. First, start small, not big goals. Small actions you can't easily avoid.
Like 5 minutes of English listening practice?
Yes. Or 5 minutes of English speaking practice. Anything small is powerful.
Okay.
Second, stay consistent. Not perfect, just repeatable.
So even a small action every day is enough?
Exactly. Consistency beats intensity. Always.
I remember that line now.
Third, recover quickly. If you miss a day, you don't stop. You restart immediately.
That's important because I usually give up after missing once.
And now you change that mindset. Missing is normal. Restarting is the skill.
That actually feels more realistic.
Now let's simulate real life for a moment. You wake up and feel lazy. What do you say to yourself?
I will just start for 5 minutes.
Good. You open your phone and feel distracted. What do?
I set a small limit and focus again.
Perfect. You miss a day. What happens next?
I restart the next day, no guilt.
Excellent. That is real self-control in daily life.
It feels much simpler now.
Because self-control is not about being perfect. It's about being stable.
That makes a lot of sense.
And if you apply this every day, even in small things, your habits, focus, and English will improve naturally.
I can see how it connects to everything now.
Exactly. Self-control affects learning, emotions, and daily decisions.
It really is a life skill.
Now your challenge is simple. Choose one small habit and stick to it for the next few days.
I think I'll start with 5 minutes of English every day.
Perfect. That's exactly how it starts.
I feel more confident now.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment one habit you want to improve.
And keep practicing your English listening practice and English speaking practice every day.
We'll catch you in the next episode.
Take care and keep building self-control in your daily life.